All right, guys, if you're just washing and drying your bike, you're not really protecting it. And that may be okay for a while, maybe a couple times a season. But if you ride hard and put a lot of miles on your bike, or ride in rain and get a lot of dirt and grime on it, you really need to protect those glossy surfaces, your chrome, your paint, your powder coated surfaces. So don't just wash your bike, detail it. And that's going to protect it through the entire riding season. And everybody's got their own special way they detail their bike. I'm going to show you how we do ours right now. Yeah, so if you're just washing and drying your bike, you're probably okay most of the time. And I admit, 100%, I usually just wash and dry the bikes. But at least a couple of times a season, maybe more frequently if you ride hard or get a lot of dirt and grime on your bikes, or if you've ridden in bad weather and it gets caked on, you want to get that dirt and grime off of there and then protect all of those surfaces. And I'm going to show you the 7-ish steps that I use to protect all of our bikes. Now, a lot of these products are the best, most well-known products on the market for this particular job, but the brand is kind of irrelevant as long as you've got a good product specifically for that particular role. So I'm going to show you what we use on each step. Some of these are the market favorites, some of these are my favorites, but again, if there's alternatives, I'll mention it as we go. So let's jump into it. All right, so first things first, like we said, we've got a 7-step process. We're gonna pre-treat, then we're gonna wash and dry, then we're gonna shine our plastic and vinyl surfaces, and then we're gonna wax it, and then we're gonna protect that wax with a quick detailer. And then last but not least, we're gonna polish our chrome. All right, first up, I've got the bike under a tent because I don't know if you guys have ever had the pleasure of the Georgia heat, but we're in a bit of a heat spike right now. It's like 97 degrees and almost 100% humidity, so I'm drenched like I just came out of a sauna already. But you don't want to do this on a hot bike, and you don't want to do it in the sun where it's going to bake this in, especially this first step. We're going to use S100 Total Cycle Cleaner. This is kind of a market favorite. It's marketed as a total cycle cleaner, but it's really a degreaser. It's for your grease and grime. Think of it as a pre-treatment, like if you're doing your laundry and you want to pre-treat your stains. This is for all the areas where stuff really bakes on. So we're talking about like around your oil reservoir, all of your metal places. And again, you don't want to do this when the bike is hot because it will bake on there and then you'll have to wash all over again. But like if you have brake dust that bakes onto your wheels, you want to really saturate those places. Get down here where the stuff really bakes in. You do your rotors, your brake calipers. It doesn't take a lot. You just want to let this get on there and kind of eat away at that built up grime. So again, we don't want to let that stuff bake on there. This one's in the sun, so I need to rinse it off real quick. And if you do have built-on grime, these wheels are pretty clean. We keep this bike pretty clean. But you can just use just a household kitchen brush if you've got grime you want to get off of there. You can see how that's dark. Started getting that stuff off of there. Stuff you don't even really see. See how it's all sudsy though? You want to get all of that off of there. You don't want this stuff to bake on there because it will leave a harsh residue, worse than water stains. So make sure you really get it off of there. And step 2, you just need to wash it. Any wash for automotives will do. I like using Meguiar's car soap. It's worked good for me in the past. I like Meguiar's products. And I love these little microfiber mitts. So you can stick your hand in there and just wash it all over with your hand. You can use a towel, you can use a sponge, whatever you've got handy, but these little mitts work awesome. Just a couple ounces, that's all it takes. All right. Now it's got a good tire tool here. If you want to use it to get tires, this will get inside of spokes, your mag rims. This fat boy's got these Lakester disc tires, so it's not a lot of crevices to get into. It's pretty solid. In fact, I think the mitt would probably be better for those. All right, so let's just wash everything real quick. Like I said, just if you got one of these mitts, you're just running over everything with your hand, getting it all nice and soapy. And if you've got a lift to put your bike on, that works out perfect so you can spin your tires. I don't have one, so I got to do it the old-fashioned way and move the bike around. But I don't mind. And we just rinse it off. Step number 3. What was that, step 4? Step 3? Pre-clean, wash, dry. Step number 3, dry.
That's a step.
Nah. We're loosely numbering these. Forget about math. This isn't a math video. All right, use what you got. We have a cordless blower, but it's nowhere near powerful enough, so I'm using the electric one. But obviously, be cognizant of electricity, so make sure you're not dangerously using electricity around water. So let's dry it off. Now you can just let your bike dry or towel it off, but I like to blow it dry. That way you don't have water stains, and if there does happen to be any debris or dirt left on the bike, you're not dragging it across your paint with a towel and put scratches on it. All right, step number 4, pig spit. Pig spit is a gloss enhancer for your PVC. Pig spit. For your plastics, your rubbers, anywhere you've got wrinkle black paint. If you've got a blacked out bike, you might have wrinkle black all over the place. Doesn't take a lot. We're just gonna spritz where we've got wrinkle black and plastic. You notice I've got a microfiber towel over my floorboards and brake lever, because this stuff is slippery. You do not want to get it on your controls. So we're just gonna hit the gearbox, cylinder fins, a little black plastic piece in the neck, get my cables, primary cover, fins on this side, coils, throttle adjustment cable. That's really it on this bike anyway. I'm not going to use it on the controls again because it's slippery and I don't want that bleeding onto my actual grips. If you've got a blacked out bike with a lot of wrinkle black paint on it, this could be a longer process for you, but for our fat boy, it's pretty dang quick. And we'll come back here, and if there's any excess anywhere, we don't want it on our pipes. Looks pretty good. I don't know if you can see it in the shade, but see it really brings that showroom shine back on those plastic pieces that have faded or grayed. All right, next step, we're gonna wax this puppy. Now, again, if you have already waxed your bike or detailed your bike for the season, washing it and drying it, that may be all you need. But at least a couple of seasons, you wanna really detail it so all these surfaces are protected. So we're gonna use Chemical Guys Blazin Banana Spray Wax. Again, there's lots of products you can use. If you wanna use traditional turtle wax, you can. This is what I used to use on my cars. I don't anymore. I mean, think about it. If you drive through a car wash and you get a wax, they're spraying that wax on. So spray wax is perfectly good. And you don't have to let this dry before you wipe it off. It's basically instantaneous. Basically, what we're gonna do here is we're just gonna use a microfiber towel. I'm gonna spray it onto one side. And we're gonna use that to apply it everywhere we want it on the paint. Then we're going to flip the towel over to its dry side. We're just going to wipe it clean. And already you can see how lustrously shining that is. Just spray on, wipe off. It's that simple. what is that? Pre-treat, wash, rinse, pig spit, wax. Number 5. Number 6. Number 6. Number 6 is quick detailer. And again, I like the Chemical Guys products, but you can use any product that you want. Meguiar's makes a good product. I've actually got some Meguiar's quick detailer as well for cars. You could use that. Or if you're a hardcore Harley guy, Harley's got a Harley branded quick detailer as well that they will be happy to sell you. All right, I'm getting another microfiber towel. I'm gonna do it exactly like we did the wax. I'm gonna spray it on the microfiber towel, get it to misting on one side, and then just wipe over everywhere you want it. Now, you wanna do this every time you wash your bike. This is just a high gloss shine, protects your surfaces. If you have waxed your bike, it's gonna make that wax last longer, and it can go everywhere. You can put it over the mirrors, over the glass, over the paint. Can't put it over the chrome, but we're gonna do an additional step for the chrome, so we'll leave that for now. But again, just put it on everything. It's just gonna give everything a nice shine. I'm gonna go around and buff that just a little bit. Give it a little bit extra shine, just with a clean, dry microfiber towel. What you're really doing here is buffing the shine. It's not gonna come off, it's gonna buff the shine. Okay. Step number 7, I'm gonna treat my seat. This is a vinyl seat, PVC vinyl, it is not leather. So putting a leather treatment on it would do absolutely nothing. So we're gonna use Meguiar's protectant for vinyl, rubber, and plastic. Now you can spray this directly on your seat. It's not gonna hurt it, but I like to spray on the towel just to control where it's going, so I'm not overspraying areas. But you can see how shiny that seat's already coming back. If you store your bike outside and sitting in the sun, make sure you are protecting your seat. And if you've got an aftermarket seat, a nice leather seat, I'll pop up on the screen here a really good leather treatment. Now, as with most of these steps, this is my final step, but if you've detailed your bike already, you may not need to do this, but at least a couple of times a season, I want to polish and protect that chrome. Lots of products out there you can use. I have been using Eagle One Nevr-Dull for 25 years, and it's still really good, so I still use it. This is a wadding polish, so you'll see you've got wadding down inside here, and the polish is actually in the cloth. And you just rip a little bit of wadding out, and that's what we're gonna use. And it doesn't take a lot, so this tiny little bit, actually that's quite a lot actually. I could have probably used about a quarter of that. And then anywhere you've got chrome, go to town. Just put it on there. Now this is a polish. It is going to dry with a residue. So anywhere you put it, you are gonna have to come back with a towel and polish. And you can smell it. You can smell that polish smell. So we're gonna get all our chrome. Belt cover, cylinder head covers, gas caps, handlebars. Okay. And just start polishing. Look at that shine, that's gorgeous. I will just say, if you're gonna do a chrome polish, which I do highly recommend, you gotta make sure you commit to it. You don't want to leave residue anywhere. All right. I'm gonna hit these wheels with a little bit more quick detailer. Just make sure we've got all the residue off. Look at that. Like a mirror. All right, gang. That's it. 7 steps, 8 steps. I don't know. I lost count. I'm gonna play them back right here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, whatever. But it is hot in Georgia, and I still gotta do those bikes over there. Not looking forward to it. But as you can see, Fat Boy looks gorgeous. Every bit of it gleaming like it just rolled off the showroom floor. In fact, that's better. Now you can see it gleaming in the sunlight. Again, you can wash it and dry it probably most of the year. I certainly do. But a couple times a season, you definitely want to do a full detail and protect everything on your bike. And now for the rest of the summer, once I get caught on the interstate in 2 hours worth of rain or something, I can just wash it and dry it and use that gloss detailer on it, and we'll be good to go. All right, guys, tell us what you use in the comments below. Tell us what you think about our products. You're not gonna hurt my feelings. But that's it. We'll see you in the next one.